Hello, this is TheFolksinger, and this is another video on double thumbing, and it assumes that you've either developed a facility with double thumbing or have gone through the previous video and you know something about building the double thumbing pattern on the E chord. Well, that's what I'm doing right now, and you'll remember from the other video it's thumb on 6 and 4 and 5 and back to 4 in a kind of a pattern, and then working in this pattern and this pattern. So, and working it in until we have a lot of flexibility. Now what we're going to do is make the change from the E major chord to the A7 chord and to the B7 chord, and we're going to do that hopefully without changing what we're doing with the right hand. We're going to keep this hand going in its pattern like this, and then we're going to go changing to the A7 and the B7 and come back. So let's look at the A7. This is the A7 chord. Uses all the strings, so that's why we can keep the pattern going. All we need now is to take our middle finger and put it on the 4th string in behind the 2nd fret, and take our ring finger and put it on the 4th string behind the 2nd fret. The 2nd fret on the 2nd string, that is. So it's the 4th string behind the 2nd fret with the middle finger, and the 2nd string behind the 2nd fret with the ring finger. And that's our A7 chord. Now if you remember the E chord, I did it with 2 fingers, but you can do it with 2 or 3. And here's the A chord now. The thing to do first is to just change between the 2 chords as often as you can until that becomes a regular change. You can strum it and just get to make that change. And once you've done that, then go back to this pattern in the E, and then just make the change without even thinking about it to the A. Same strings are being used, same pattern in the right hand, E, and then change to A, E, A, E, A, and then you're ready to do the B7 as well. Let's look at that. This is the B7 chord, and it's not as difficult as it may at first seem. You take your pinky and put it behind the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Then leave the 2nd string open and take your ring finger and close the 3rd string behind the 2nd fret. And then your pointer behind the 1st fret of the 4th string. And then, just as you may have done in the E chord, but on different strings, you get the 5th string and the 6th string behind the 2nd fret. So here's the 5th string. And laying that finger over a little bit more, you get both. Now this is the root, but this is the 5th, so it's okay. It's a little unusual, but it's still a B7 chord. And it's easy now to say, do the E, then do the A, and then do the B, and practice changing those chords from one to the other. So like E, A, E, B7, E, it's A7, A7, B7, E, A7, E, A7, E, B7, B7, A7, A7, B7, E. Once you feel comfortable with those chord changes, then start going back to this simple double thumbing, and then change from the E to the A7. You don't change anything in the rhythm, you're just playing this over and over, and then to the B, and then back to the E. Now it turns out that you're playing in the key of E, you're playing what would be the 1st chord, E major, and then the 4th chord, A7, and then the 5th chord. And so that will lend itself to playing a lot of songs in the key of E, and we'll look at that quite soon. But I'm going to follow this with one more video at least about doing some little fancy tricks yet. So let's go on to the tricks video once you're comfortable with this one. Keep practicing and keep having fun.